Hello everyone. Today I'm not talking about healthy eating, nor inspiring green living or anything. I'm talking about getting drunk. But it's drunk in sobriety, drunk in love of someone who specializes in drinking at night. That's me, dear. Actually, I'm not the type of person who is addicted to alcohol or beer. It's just that it's hard for me to say no to the three legendary words. Want a drink? And especially when that invitation comes from a group of sisters on the same frequency. If they scream, I know, tonight is a sleepless night. We don't need any big party, just a small table, a few cans of beer, and simple snacks. Fermented pork rolls, rice paper, and balut. Some days when we're in the mood, we even order hot pot, sit in the middle of the house and clink glasses like we're having a mini camping trip in the neighborhood. But the best part isn't the food, it's the nonsense. 9 p.m., we started like any other civilized person. Let's sit down for a bit, I'm going to work early tomorrow. 10 p.m., we started talking about our boss being difficult, our colleagues being unpleasant. 11 p.m., the topic shifted slightly to our ex-lovers, although everyone said, I forgot. 12 p.m., everyone was blushing, every glass was full of emotions, and every opening sentence started with, I'm telling the truth. When we started to get tipsy, all the cute craziness in us came out. One of us sat looking at the moon and said, I think the moonlight tonight understands my heart so well. Another burst into tears because he missed his teddy bear from 6th grade. Another one boldly declared, I will never love anyone again unless they know how to eat spring rolls without Vietnamese coriander. As for me, I don't know why. After drinking a little, I turn into a TED Talk speaker. You know, I think we met for a reason. The universe brought us together to heal our wounds. Everyone clapped as if they had found the right spot. But the next morning when we watched the video again, everyone wanted to disappear. Who is this? At around 3 a.m., we switched modes, from emotional psychology to late-night eating. Porridge, duck eggs, beef noodles at the alley entrance, everything was as delicious as a 5-star restaurant. One day, I laughed so hard I almost fainted when I saw my friend nodding her head while eating. Oh my God! Beef noodles saved my soul. And then the sky started to brighten. The first rays of sunlight shone through the window. We sat on the sidewalk drinking iced tea, our faces as pale as zombies, but inside we felt light. A kind of fun that needed no reason. A kind of familiarity that didn't require much talking. A kind of friendship that just needed to hear, want a drink? And we would go right away, without asking first. I don't advocate drinking a lot or staying up all night, but I think everyone should have at least one time in their life where they sit with their best friends, talk about all kinds of crazy and cute things, and laugh until they forget about time. Because nights like that, although tiring, are tiring in the heart. They are times when you don't need to be mature, you don't need to act strong, you just need to be yourself. A little crazy is okay. A little tearful is okay too. And if you have a group of friends on the same wavelength, they understand each other without having to say much, laugh together even in the most ridiculous moments, then hold on tight. Because besides beer, there's not always someone who clinks glasses with you for no reason. But I have to admit, when we were slightly drunk, I don't know if there was some universe connection. But the conversation was extremely profound. Every sentence was philosophical, as if we had just graduated from general psychology. For example, my friend, who normally goes to work as an office worker and is quiet, when her boss scolds her, she blushes and is about to cry. But that day, after clinking glasses, she stood up and declared something that made the whole group quiet. I'm telling the truth. Women like us don't need anyone to acknowledge us. Just knowing that we are good is enough. Who gave her holy water to drink? But what she said was profound. The whole group nodded their heads like they were in a startup strategy meeting. Then there were times when we didn't do much. We just sat in a circle, listening to bolero music or some love songs from our grandparents' time. Whoever liked it could sing it themselves. Whoever didn't know it could sing it wrong and still get applause. Because here no one judges anyone. Drunk is fine. Bad is fine. Crazy is even better. Just being there is precious. I still remember one day when it suddenly rained at night. We were sitting in the house, the wind was blowing wildly, the sky was pouring rain, yet no one left. Some people wrapped themselves in blankets and sat drinking like an old lady drinking afternoon tea. Some people were drinking and wiping the rainwater from the roof. Then we sang a song together, wonderful friendship. Every line was off-key, but everyone felt happy. At that time I thought, this is the memory I want to keep forever. The feeling of being crazy but warm. The feeling of not being perfect, but being real. And especially those drinking parties were not just fun parties, but sometimes it was like a spiritual therapy session. Once, a girl in the group had just broken up with her boyfriend. She was quiet from the beginning of the meeting, until she was a little tipsy. Then she sobbed and said, "I thought I was fine, but now you guys are asking, I want to cry again." The whole group sat down. No one laughed, no one said stop crying, but just quietly passed tissues, picked up food, and clinked glasses. Because we know there are times when we don't need advice, just someone sitting next to us is enough. There were also days when I was the one who was stressed. I sat still, my heart heavy as lead. I felt exhausted after a whole week of work, deadlines, being scolded, and then arguing with my boyfriend. But as soon as I saw them, I suddenly felt better. They didn't need to ask what's wrong with you. They just needed to say, "We have nem chua. Do you have beer?" And I automatically turned my mood back on. Only they know what I need before I even open my mouth. And strangely enough, the next morning, even though I was a little dizzy and my eyes were a little swollen from laughing too much, I felt lighter. It was like my emotional batteries were recharged. No therapy needed, just a few beers and the slightly fish sauce-smelling hugs from my spiritual sisters. Time flies so fast. There are people who only pass through each other's lives for a period of time. But there are also people who, walking with me through each night like that, each laugh, each cute drunkenness, naturally become a part of my heart without me even realizing it. Maybe later on we'll be busier, each in our own direction, each with our own life. But I believe, just one call, want a drink tonight, and the whole team will appear like a superhero movie. Because friendship doesn't need to be close all the time, just being there when needed is enough. So if you also have a group of sisters, brothers, close friends, on the same frequency, who understand you without needing to explain, are willing to listen to you talk nonsense until morning, then cherish it. Because besides beer, fermented pork rolls, and crocodile tears after 3 cans, they are the best healers for your soul. And if you don't have one, then tonight try asking someone, "Hey, want a drink?" Who knows, starting with a can, you might find a friendship that lasts.